Call this meeting to order. If you want to do roll call.
Okay, Commissioner Volkman is absent, and so is Commissioner Schneider. Commissioner Wolf?
Here.
Commissioner Griffiths?
Here.
Commissioner Edstrom?
Here.
And Commissioner Wilson?
Here.
And we have a new commissioner. For those of you who haven't heard, Donita Fellbush has resigned her term. She did not decide to renew her term, so Kelly Fink has been appointed by the county commission to replace her seat. So welcome aboard.
Welcome.
So with that, I turn it back over to you for approval of the minutes.
Okay, do you have approval or motion to approve the minutes from the December 21st meeting?
So moved. I second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. Passes. Let's move on to new business. We've got CUP 24-01. Consideration of a conditional use permit to allow a small scale lumber and/or building material sales on a parcel located in section 10, township 11, range 3, at the request of Amos Hochstetler. Did I do okay there? Address is more commonly known as 1648 3600 Avenue. So I will turn it over to Tim to go over the report on that.
Okay, this is, the applicant is basically has established a carpentry shop where truss rafter assembly is performed to meet the needs of the immediate community. It was disclosed by the applicant that lumber may also be cut and sold to the general public from this facility. Because this may involve sales to the public, a conditional use permit is required. A site plan has been submitted. I need to explain, there's actually two. There's one that the applicant submitted that is scaled out, and what I did is I tried to superimpose what the applicant did onto our GIS system on an aerial, and the aerial didn't want to print. So you do have, though, a scaled out version that I also did that's, as you can see, except minus the curved drive portion. But the entrance to the facility is along 3600 Avenue and includes a curved driveway and pass-through for truck egress. It is unknown as to the frequency of truck traffic for this use. Staff consulted with the Sherman Township trustee, and he has stated that the township has no issues with the entrance. Because sales to the public appears to be a secondary use, staff is recommending a minimum of 7 parking spaces. In our zoning regulations, wholesale uses require 2 spaces for every 1,000 square feet of floor area. The staff does not anticipate a large amount of traffic from the general public based on what was explained to me. The review criteria, the use is consistent with the intent and purpose of these regulations for promotion of economic development and managed growth of development. This area is predominantly farmland with a few residential uses in the vicinity. Therefore, this location is compatible with the neighboring uses. The commission has approved similar uses with identical land use patterns in the past. This use does not appear to place an undue burden on existing infrastructure. However, copies of written approvals from the township regarding the entrance will probably be required for county records. No significant land use changes have occurred in this area. This property has remained in cropland a number of years. This property is suitable for proposed use due to the size and separation from adjacent residential uses. The proposed use would further enhance the implementation of the economic development goals of the comprehensive plan by allowing establishment of diverse rural-based occupations and commercial wholesale uses. Staff has not received any nuisance complaints or safety concerns from the public at this point. If truck traffic does become an issue, specifically visibility for vehicles pulling out of the facility onto 3600 Avenue. The CUP may need to be reevaluated and amended. The proposed facility may not have an adverse impact on the surrounding area as explained in the items A through I above. Public comments, staff has only received general comments on potential impact of business on the surrounding area, but nothing in opposition. Comments from other departments and agencies. Staff did consult with Sherman Township, as I stated, and they are charged with maintaining 3600 Avenue, and there were no issues or concerns regarding the applicant's entrance. Staff is recommending approval with the following conditions. Applicant should provide or must provide staff with written approval of the entrance along 3600 Avenue with Sherman Township, and you can do that by just getting in touch with the trustee and having them put together a little statement to email to me, and I'll have that for my record. In the event an expansion of the facility or truck traffic becomes an issue, an addendum to the CUP would probably need to be considered. Your options would be to recommend approval with the above referenced conditions, recommend approval with any additional conditions as deemed necessary, table for further information, or recommend denial. Again, staff is recommending approval with the conditions stated.
What are the, I'm trying to picture where this is located, what are the other roads, to give me an idea, to the east and west?
Well, Highway 15 is to the west,
Okay,
and they're on 3600 Avenue, which
So
is
it's
a mile
immediately.
south of the Clay and Dickinson County line.
Yeah.
And then you'll turn and go east there.
okay. You tell I didn't grow up here my whole life.
So
Some days I know, but some days I don't.
it's just a mile off Highway 15?
It's more than a mile. It's, what are you guys
It's
about?
about 2 miles.
About
Two
two
and a half
Yeah.
east of Highway 15.
Yeah,
Between
Make no
Yeah,
nail.
No, nail.
Nail.
Yeah.
Mink and nail.
Thank you. Have any questions for Tim?
yes, back on the townships, have you contacted the township, and are they giving you a letter? Are they not gonna give you a letter?
I have not.
they verbally approved it. I called them, and the trustee is aware of that entrance, and so he says that they don't have an issue. They spoke with them verbally, and they relayed that verbal communication with me. I just need something in writing to correct.
So, and you've talked to the township, and did you tell them that we needed something in writing?
Yeah, well, I mentioned that they probably would have to have something in writing.
Should
but
be nice to
usually-
have that in the record.
Yeah, it's on, but it's usually on the applicant to get that in.
I was just asking if we could get the ball rolling.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
And that's a gravel road for you folks clear to Highway 15.
How many I'm just curious, what's your truck traffic? How often do you see the trucks replenishing your stockpile?
Once a week.
Okay.
As of now, it may increase as time goes on, but as of now, it's probably once a week.
So I have a question on the entrance. Is it kind of at the top of a hill? I couldn't quite tell from the geography there. Is it the top of the hill, or is it, so there's a tube? It's
There's a tube.
There's a tube under there.
And are there semis going in and out of there? I'm just thinking about delivering material and taking out 40-foot trusses. That's probably gonna have to be a semi. So how long is the tube?
42 feet.
42 feet?
Yeah.
And the
And
townships?
it's actually inset a little bit. It's not right out next to the road, so it actually gets wider than that right off the road.
So there's plenty of room to go
Because
with a
there's
40-foot long.
yeah.
Trucks, you've had 60-foot trucks in and out of there all.
Oh, yes.
And the township's aware that the tube won't be right in the bottom of the greater ditch, it'll be offset back.
Yes. So there was a bridge change right next to that. And they were out doing that, and so they looked at that at the same time and said, it looks good.
Yeah, I would be with Wally, I wouldn't want the township to probably do a letter, I would want them to definitely do a letter. I want something that mentions the culvert, you know, as an example, the width of the culvert, the offset back from because if the culvert isn't actually in the easement, then the township really doesn't have any jurisdiction over it. Yet, if they're running water down a greater ditch and it's got to jog over on private property and then come back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just guessing, maybe that's how it goes. I would want that really defined in a letter from the township.
I'll have them define that, the entrance and the tube
Yeah,
location.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, the size, the amount of water that goes, and I'm assuming it's already working and works fine, but just so that that's all detailed.
Yeah, the township boards change. And you don't have something in writing and say, oh, we don't have anything on that.
Right, yeah, and that's why I was gonna, you know. And like I say, I've been in touch with their trustee and they seem to be okay, and I think they've got a new person on there too. I think they've changed hands.
Is Hint still on?
I think he is.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, okay.
And it all makes sense. It sounds like you're already up and running and you know what you're doing, but just dot all the i's.
Are your truss shops already constructed or are those waiting on the approval?
So there's not a building there, there's a slab there, and I'm actually building trusses on the slab,
Oh,
but
okay.
there will be a building eventually.
And am I correct in saying that the way you've got that laid out, going through there, that looks like a drive, like a pass-through for the trucks
Yes.
between the two? Okay.
Yeah.
And there's plenty, I'm thinking the picture looked like there's plenty of offset from the right of way for the building
Oh, yeah, 140 feet is what they have
off the right of way.
proposed.
And I've got an outdated plat map here by a year or so. I was looking for the same name on the application here. And for that 80, and I didn't see that. I've got a Philip Overly on the northwest 80, and then a Randall A. Hyphenated name.
Yeah, that's me, I mean, that's not me, but that's the property I
Oh,
own.
okay.
James, I got a 23 county directory and their name is on it.
Is,
It's
okay.
on that, on the 23. It's on it.
I need to get you a new plat map.
Be fine.
Okay.
Well, even the new one doesn't have my house on it properly, so.
Oh, it doesn't?
Not perfect, but
It's not really here.
I'm not, my house doesn't. So it should not have taxes. Okay, any more questions? Alright,
Can't think of anything.
okay, and then reopening it up for hearing? Or have any comments from property owner? Up to you guys, if you want to address the,
If you have anything additional that I've left out or you wanna add to, it's,
I think you pretty much covered everything we
okay.
discussed and what the plans are.
so do you have anyone in attendance for the hearing?
I think all of you are together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're all for it.
Alright, well, I'm not even gonna read through all of this if everyone's okay with that, there's no one to open it up for. Okay, anything else, question wise, comments on behalf of the board before moving on? Make sure I see everybody.
I guess, if there's a slab and eventually there's gonna be a building, there's gonna be, I'm assuming restroom facilities, maybe water and whatnot. I would wanna be sure that the county,
Sanitarians.
sanitarian,
Yeah.
building permit, all that's kind
Yeah,
of tied.
building, yeah.
And I'm assuming it already is, but I would wanna note that.
Yeah, I think you're familiar with the process that I have where you have to get a building permit, so yeah, they'll come and get one.
Alright. So, on my page here. Do we have any motion then from the board?
I I make a motion to approve CUP 24-01 with the above referenced conditions.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, been motion and second for approval with the above conditions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
No old business, just kind of to update you all on my, on the plat that was, approved by the, county commissioners last week, the McLaughlin edition. We did receive a letter in writing from the township, staff did, regarding, their entrances that they want to put along those two lots along 2400, and they said they have no issue with it, and so it's in writing, signed and dated, and Road and Bridge Department, Martin Tannehill told me, he says the Rain Road entrances will be fine on those other lots. And no issues from environmental services, they said as long as they keep their laterals out of the floodplain.
This building project isn't in the floodplain, I assume.
No, they're high and dry
They're
there.
up high up there.
Yeah, they're,
Okay,
that's all I've got.
anything else from the board?
Your effort to start doing since
Yes.
drive revenue in the county.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Do we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor, have a great evening. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.